if you want to be a full-time trader, right? If your goal in 2020, 2021, whenever you're watching this video, is to in fact become a full-time Forex trader. Hey traders, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick, also known as Trader Nick here on YouTube. I share all sorts of Forex related content. I share my own research, my own analysis, tips, tricks, all the things that I've learned along the way, that sort of stuff. So if you're new here, make sure that you are subscribed down below. If you're looking to improve as a trader, I've got tons of free content. No need to spend a bunch of money on fancy courses. You can get it all here for free. So what we're talking about today is going to be the idea of what does it actually look like to be a full-time trader? And how can you actually take the steps to getting to that point? Now, beyond the obvious, which is you have to have a profitable system, a profitable strategy, and you have to be making money from your currency trading or your stock market trading or whatever trading you're doing, there are some things that we need to talk about. Full-time trading is not exactly what it seems like. One of the biggest stresses or the biggest problems for a trader full-time is that if this is your only source of income, right? You make $0.00 from any other place other than your Forex trading, that puts a tremendous amount of stress on your actual trading profit and loss, how much you're making from your trades. Now here's the thing, we all know that markets change, kind of the way they behave, and your trading performance can go up and down. Things can be better some weeks than others, and sometimes things can go bad or poor for you in other weeks. So as a trader, if your full-time income is in fact from just trading the markets, you're going to have a lot of swings, both monetarily and mentally, right? Because there's times where you're paying the bills handily and easily and there's no problems because your trading is going great. And then there's times where you're not making so much money and you have to ask yourself, are things going okay? Is this just a normal drawdown? And kind of the voices inside your head start to creep up in your mind. Now, full disclosure, I don't trade full-time for a living by itself. Now, I do trade and it is a part of my income source, but it is not the sole income source for me, and that is completely how I want it to be. I don't want it to be any different than that. Let me tell you why. Again, that stress of having to make sure that you are always being profitable in order to pay the bills and constantly withdrawing from your Forex account, to me, that's not really comfortable. I don't want to live like that because it's very, very high risk, and if things change drastically, you never know what's going to happen. Now, of course, you can diversify. You can have multiple different strategies. That's something that I do in my own portfolios. I have more than one strategy that I trade, so that sometimes when the market is very trending, right, my trend trading strategies are doing very well. And then when the market's ranging, my kind of back and forth markets or reversal trading strategies are doing better then, right? So it's important to kind of, in my mind, diversify what you're doing within your trading. But even further than that, if I step back even further, I'm trying to diversify the way I make money more than just trading, right? Maybe I'm also invested in the stock market, holding longer term companies that I'm comfortable with, or index funds or that sort of thing. Maybe I have some bonds. Maybe I have a small business like the one that you see here, right? I make money from YouTube. I make money from different services that I offer to other companies. We create software. We do some different things here that make money for me, so that that's another source of income for me, right? So I make YouTube videos. I get some amount of money. It's not crazy money, but it's some money. And so to me, if you want to be a full-time trader, right? If your goal in 2020, 2021, whenever you're watching this video, is to in fact become a full-time Forex trader, I would ask that at least consider the idea. Maybe you don't want to be exclusively a trader. Maybe you want trading to be a component of your income, and I think that that's a very, very applicable and practical step for a lot of people. Is the first thing, instead of saying I want to be a full-time trader in 2020, only making money from my trading, what if we took the route of, in 2020, I want to start paying down my house payments or paying for my car with my Forex trading. And a few months in, I'd like to be able to pay for all my groceries, my electric bill, my water bill. I'd like to be able to pay for that with my Forex trading. And then years, months, years, whenever is comfortable for you, maybe you start thinking about, hey, maybe I'll start paying my rent with my trading, right? It's more gradual than just saying, in 2020, I'd like to be a full-time Forex trader and entrepreneur, because there's another thing that we need to talk about, which is, of course, capital. If you're going to be trading for a living, capital is a requirement, and capital for especially many young people is hard to come by, right? I did not have an extensive amount of money until later on in my life, and so when I first started trading Forex, I had very little money to my name and definitely very little money I was willing to lose in the market. But over time, building those multiple sources of income and growing my accounts gradually has allowed me to build up some more capital. that's going to be a tough situation for most people who don't have a lot of money. If you don't have a lot of money to trade or invest, it's going to be a barrier for you. And a lot of times people on the internet will try and sell you that you can take your small amount of money and turn it into a very large amount of money quickly. You're not going to get that from me because that is never something that worked for me. That is not what I do. I don't want to come across as some sort of guru who doubles and triples accounts. In fact, quite the opposite. I've taken kind of a long, hard, not easy route to get to the point where I'm full-time trading, but also running a business and also doing other sorts of entrepreneurial things. Right now, coming into the new year, one of our tasks or one of our things that we're doing is I have a bunch of different freelancers that help me do content, right? Well, we're trying to move into a full-time office space and help with some of the customer support and get an assistant rolling, right? So that's the sort of thing that if you want to get into a position where you can trade for a living, quote unquote, you need to understand that for a lot of people, you're gonna have to have a lot of capital. And for me and most people, the more practical route is to start building those multiple sources of income. Maybe if you like writing, maybe you look to write a book. Maybe if you like podcasting, you podcast about a subject that you love. Or if you're into real estate, you look into being a broker, right? Adding those different ways to make money for yourself might be a more practical step. Let me give you another example. I know somebody who is in my VIP community. I won't name their name. I offer a VIP community for traders looking to kind of come and join. We have sort of a online club for traders and investors in the Forex market. And one person I was having a conversation with shared some information about their own journey. Their journey involved going from a full-time job to being part-time as their job and then part-time as a Forex trader. And slowly as they've gotten older, they're at a point where they have the capital required and now they are a full-time trader. They do some other things on the side. So they're still, and this person is middle-aged, so they're much older than me. They've scaled out of their job, going full-time to part-time to no job, and now their main priority or main source of income is in fact trading Forex. I would love to get to a point in my life where I could trade Forex. That was the primary way of making money, and that I was making 99% of my money from trading Forex. That would be great because then I could just focus on my trading. But again, the problem of capital is that you need quite a bit of money in order to really make substantial amounts of money from the currency market. At least that's my opinion. That's been my journey. And most of the traders that I know that are successful in this are the same way. They're looking to slowly grow large amounts of money rather than trying to quickly grow small amounts of money. A lot of times people get caught up in the struggle of trying to double and triple their small accounts very quickly. In my own case, I have a business that I run. I do some software work for people. I do some media work for a few companies. So I have multiple sources of income, and trading happens to be one of kind of my other ways of making money and slowly investing and growing my trading account, right? So for me, instead of trying to look at your Forex account for, providing everything for you, or in my case, the Forex account, I'm depositing into it like it's a long-term bank account, right? Except I'm trying to make much more than a bank account interest would pay, right? So my idea is that I deposit more and more into my trading account, and it's kind of like an investment. I'm growing that and trying to, beat the S&P 500, trying to outpace other markets. Like many traders who are active, they're trying to boost their investments faster than potentially just buying and holding stock market index funds or that sort of thing. So that's kind of my opinion on the truth behind being a full-time Forex trader. I would not call myself a full-time Forex trader because I don't spend 40 hours a week trading the markets. It does take up a good bit of my time and it does make up part of my income, but it's not the only thing. And I would actually ask that, maybe you consider looking into the idea of diversifying, creating multiple income streams for your own journey and slowly building that trading account and getting it to a point where, yes, it actually could be a substantial part of your income. Guys, that's my personal 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up. It does help out a lot to share this with more people. Thanks. We'll see you next time.